How to make a beginner beaded bracelet with a clasp. First, you'll want to measure your wrist. You can use our bracelet size guide to determine how much string you will need. Today I'm going to make one for a 6.5-inch wrist, so my bracelet will need to be 7 inches altogether. What we'll need is some sort of soft flex. I'm using the soft touch today in medium. Then we're going to choose what beads we want and then create a pattern. So today I have some patterned beads, oxidized daisy beads, and oxidized desert pearl beads. And then I'm going to use some twisted crimps, a closed jump ring, and an oxidized lobster claw. You can choose whether you like a lobster claw or spring ring. First thing I'm going to do is measure out my soft flex. I am going to go a little bit more than I need to for when I put my crimps on. So I'm going to go to like 9, and then we will cut that. And to start, we will add on our crimp bead. So just take your strand, add on the bead, and I'm actually going to add on my closed ring at this time too. And then we're going to want to make a loop and make sure that the wire loops through the clasp and back into the crimp. This is referred to as a double pass. And when the wire goes through, it creates the loop. And just make sure the wires are not crossed. Just kind of pull it up to tighten that a little bit. You don't want it to be too tight, but not too loose either. So I think that's about pretty good. Now, as you can see, those are not crossed, and with the twisted crimps, you can just push it right down. And it kind of gives it a little texture. Okay, so then we have one side done. At this time, you'll begin stringing your pattern. Okay, we're going to measure it just to make sure about where we want to be. We're going to measure it just to see that we are about where we want to be. We're at the 6.5, so that's perfect. Once we add our jump ring and our lobster claw, should get us right to the 7. So at this time, you will, well, I need to add my jump ring back to my lobster claw. I had that off. Okay, and now we want to do the same thing at this end with our crimp. So add our crimp bead in. And this is going to take a little more time because we want to get it really tightened together. I'm going to add the lobster claw. And then I'm going to use my bent nose plier to create my loop and pull it back down. And we're we're going to want to get it through a couple of beads as well. So we got it through the crimp. And when you pull through the bottom, this helps tighten it. But because we still have that excess wire, we just want to make sure we're still pulling it down a little more and just getting it really snug. Right, that looks about good to me. And just first push down that crimp so that stays all in place, and then we can cut the extra wire. And then that'll tuck after. Okay. And now it's complete. You can clasp it and it's ready to wear.